sight, in a jaw sight. In a God's eye, me want live right. Walk where you want me to walk. Talk where you want me to talk.
Hi guys.
Hello. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, guys. Happy New Year. This is the first time we all are actually seeing our faces. So officially, Happy New Year. Hope January was good for everyone, and I hope February is ending off in a bang. For you all.
Candace, how was the turn of the new year for you, and how was your January?
Interesting. My year has been extremely interesting, but it's going good and I have no complaints. I am content and I am grateful, and I'm looking forward to the rest of 2021 with high expectations.
Definitely. Well, for me, I had a very good and interesting end to 2020. I've kind of sit here from 2020. So 2021 started off really well for me.
Right.
I have no complaints. God is good. WTT family, you might be wondering how come we now reach in February, but there are a couple of things that had to fall in line. I had some changes that I needed to deal with, settle down in some new areas and stuff, but we're back now. I mean, we're in February, right? But what we've decided at WTT, I was to say FCB, I don't know what's going on. What we've decided at WTT is coming out of 2020. We know 2020 was a year that kind of threw everybody.
Right.
I don't know anybody, Candace, that accomplished anything they set out to accomplish in 2020. Or even if they did, they didn't finish 2020 in the way they intended to.
Right.
So we knew that January turning into 2021, everybody needed a chance to booster and, just regauge yourself, find your bearings and settle down. So we're here now. Hi, Marissa. Hi, Sister Margaret. We miss you all too. We're here now to this.
Charles.
So we're here now, and what we want to do this season is discuss essentially how to get ourselves off the ground and running, right, in different aspects of our life. So we come in with a lot of what I would call building blocks, laying like some foundational blocks, grabbing some things from different places, putting it together to position us to accomplish in 2021 because we have lost ground to make up. And we know with the right techniques, with the right tools, with the right knowledge, with the right guidance, and with God, of course, we will make up that ground.
Yeah.
So that being said, Candace.
Okay, guys. So Mateela said that's our vision for season 3. So we're gonna talk about vision today. I hope you would have seen our flyer. So we are speaking about vision today.
Hi, Kadeen.
Oh, hi, Kadeen. Basically, we need vision to exist. We need vision to keep us moving. We need vision to accomplish things we set out to do. So we decided to kick off our first session with vision with someone who I wouldn't say I didn't grow up with her, but I've known her for a very, very, very long time. Definitely over 10 years. I know her. She is a sister and an aunt of family very, very dear to me. So she automatically became, Auntie Caroline. Auntie Carol has a very warm personality. You always see it when she comes on. She is captivating. She will engross you in a conversation and you won't even believe that you're total strangers. She actually recently started her own what will you call it?
She'll tell us
Yeah, thank you.
exactly what to call it.
Yeah, she was us exactly what to call it, but she's really good at what she does, and she's going to be talking to us about vision today. So, guys, put your hands up. Put your hands up. Put it up.
Drum roll.
Oh, for Auntie Caroline as she comes on, and she's going to talk to us today about vision.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
I'm
Hi,
Mateela
Auntie.
Candace.
Good
Thank
afternoon.
you
Good
for the warm
afternoon.
welcome. I love the introduction, Candace.
You're welcome.
You couldn't done it better. Appreciate it very much. And so just to clarify and to let the viewers know, I am an HR consultant. I'm also a life coach. I am also a published author on Amazon. For those of you who have your business or thinking about it, you can get my book, The GM's Handbook. It gives you a lot of information and you get the exact tools that you need to really and truly run your organization. Yeah. So, what I do, I mentor people, I train, I develop, I advise organizations with respect to their HR policies and procedures. I advise conflict management, and the list goes on. And but my pet now, and what God has called me to do and to focus on right now is mentorship. And what I do, I encourage my mentees most importantly, have a vision. And that's one of the first things we deal with. And I was so very encouraged when Candace and Mateela invited me to be on the program because vision is all around us. And without a vision, the people perish. And we understand that vision, when we write the vision, Habakkuk 2:2 says, make it plain on tablets. So don't feel that, tablets now in. No. Since then, they had tablets, yeah? So that he may run who reads it. And when they're talking about run, not literally and physically running, talks about the future, it talks about a legacy. He who runs, he who may run but read it, so that those in the future will know and understand. Just like in organizations, they all have vision, have their mission statement for the organization, and you as an employee, you are part of that vision. But what about that vision for your life, though? Yeah, we achieve all these things for our organization, but our own lives are left undone. So I really want to talk today about vision, but for you to fulfill your purpose, you must know your vision. And if I were to pose a question and ask all of you, what personal vision for your life? Just a statement for your life. What would you say? Hi, Margaret. Do we really have one? Is it in our head? The Word of God says to write it. Very important to give the brain a rest and to really and truly write what it is God has called us to do. And vision, is tied to in our lives. And Mateela made the comment about 2020, and so many of us started off, but we didn't. And that is so quite true. But strange enough, Mateela, I one of my prophecies was to work with kids, and I didn't really understand fully what it meant until COVID hit, and there was a need. And when there is a need, sometimes your vision it expands. So my vision, based on the company CAnneJ Training and Consultancy Limited, we expanded to kids mentorship. We expanded to teens mentorship. That's what vision does. Vision just listen to me, it just excels. Vision carries you to a new place that you never thought impossible, that you never thought possible. And it's things that you would have written a simple statement, but packed in that statement, there are so many things that are loaded. God says He has a plan for us, a plan to prosper us, a plan of good success. We will have a good end. The reason why he says that is that he has a vision. But if you have a vision, you also need a plan. In order for that plan to be fulfilled, you need goals. But you know what we do? I have this vision, man. This is what I want to do, and yay. And that's it. There are steps. And I'm a step lady, I am a goal lady, yeah. Structure, And one of the things, I always tell this joke. The Holy Spirit said to me, you're not spontaneous, yeah. You're a planner, and that's okay. Yeah. But with vision, it helps you to know who you are. Listen, don't know who you are, it's going to be very difficult for you to know the vision for your life. Some of us, we might observe Mateela, we might Candace and say, yeah, I could see you, Candace. The way you worship, I could see you on a stage. Yeah, we can see it for others. Can we see it for ourselves? We don't spend time with us, with who you are. Self-discovery help us to know what is our vision. Coming out of that, then you can work on now the purpose for your life and what it is you have to fulfill. How does that come about? So many ways. Through prophecy. We have a bag of prophecies. This is a knapsack, a bag of prophecy. What do we do with it? What are you doing with your prophecies? You must pay attention to it. Mentorship, kids mentorship was one of my prophecies. And I could put on my vision board, tick, fulfill, because I have achieved it. And I put things in place so that I could have children on board that I could mentor. So you have to have a plan. And I didn't just do it, I have a plan. So it's a program, there are objectives, what I plan to achieve with it. And that's all about vision. So okay, you don't want to do your bachelor's, you want to do your MD, okay, fine. That is just a goal. That is not your vision. So you become a psychologist. That is one of your goals. That is not the end. That is just the beginning. But the vision is how are you going to have that organization? How are you going to reach a community with Christ inside of you? How are you going to affect people's life for the kingdom of God? And everything we do, it doesn't matter what business you have, the end result, how are you going to affect based on your call and your purpose, based on your vision, the kingdom of God? Kingdom shall always be key in your life. And if you don't have that as key in your life, then you're just doing stuff. Who spoke vision? God spoke about vision. And I tell my clients, I don't care where I train, I speak about the scripture. I speak about the scripture. I let them know that this is where vision started. And people appreciate it very much. If they're ignorant of the fact, then they know. Good. So, and vision gives us that, it gives us that boldness. Things that we never thought was inside of us comes out of us. So, I mean, I could talk whole day about vision, whole day. I love it because, it makes us clearly, when I take off my glasses, because, sometimes you want a little makeup and a little face to look good, pressure to see what is here on my tablet. But when I put on my vision, my glasses, it's clear. It's clear. It makes things, there are no gray lines. There are no blurry lines. And before you, it's clear and it makes sense. Yeah?
And so you said
So,
something that really stood out to me. A lot of things stood out, by the way, but this one thing in particular. I mean, said you can't have a vision unless you know yourself, your identity, knowing who you are. And like I was thinking, if I don't know who I am and I have a vision, and somebody else comes and they have their own vision of me, therefore, whatever plan I have for myself, my vision, I'm going to show that away in no time, and I'm going to run with Mateela's vision of me. And then eventually you might come and say, hey, Candace, I see you doing this. I see you doing that. I didn't know my vision. I didn't know who I am. So then I change again. I'm going from doing Mateela's vision for CAnneJ Life to doing Auntie Carol's vision for CAnneJ Life. And I think that is something that is seen in a lot of people. There's some people who in you be 10 years doing million different degrees,
Yeah,
switching up,
yes.
switching up, switching up. They don't know what they want to do. And it's simple things like that. Once you know who you are, once you know what it is you want, what it is you know, your abilities, your giftings, what's inside of you, what can be unlocked, it will be easy for you to have a vision and run with it. Because many
Run with it.
times we have visions, but is it our vision or is it somebody's vision? Is it my
Yes.
parents' vision of me? Is it the church vision of me? Is it my boss vision of me? Is it my friend's vision of me? So yes, you have a vision, but whose vision is it? But you will never run and fully execute a vision to the best of its ability unless it's yours. And the only way
Yes.
to do that is when you have your identity, so you know who you are. So that really, really stood out to me.
Yeah.
That was really good.
Yeah. Excellent, Candice. And I'm glad you touched on that point. Before my days, let me just say it, and the days before, normally when you go to study and your parents paid for your studies, they chose what they wanted you to do. So I have a lot of friends who have become engineers, and they did it because their parents paid for it, and you have to be obedient. But what they did as they got older, they went now to do what they want to do, the passion and that desire. And as you spoke about it, I always, when I do career advice and I do sessions on it, one of the things I tell the young adults is, what do you love doing every day? What would you want to get up to do with, even if you're tired? There's no effort. You just flow and you do it. You don't need overtime. I mean, I'm not saying don't get paid overtime, right? But you just have that passion. You just love the kitchen. When they put down a pot for you, it's like, wow. If that is what you're called to do, then go get your certification, get more information on it, and just do it. There's a need for it now. We can't go out and dine. You can do pickup. There's so many businesses that have been created because of this pandemic. But that's what you love to do, then go ahead. Stop measuring. You need to be a doctor, you need to be a lawyer. Stop it. God, there's so many things that you can do coming out of what has been placed inside of you. Yeah?
Auntie, there's a couple of things well that you said that I want to touch on, and I can't remember all, but just as a follow up to what you and Candice were just saying, I think um when somebody, hindsight is 2020, right? So when somebody comes into vision and they look back, you are able to see how much vision focuses your life, and you're able to see how much vision saves. First point to note is one, a lack of vision equals a waste of time, a waste of effort, and a waste of resources. Because I always use if I want to go to Port of Spain, that the vision I have is me standing in City Gate. But on the way there, somebody say, hey girl, I know you can find a faster way to go to town. You could stop in Curep, take a Sando car, whatever. And I jump in a San Fernando car in Curep and I end up in San Fernando. That's waste of time, that's waste of energy, that's waste of resources. So when you don't have your own vision, when you don't know, it goes back to knowing yourself, where you are going, why you are going there, because it's where and it's the why, you end up wasting time. And it's important to know as well, like the example you gave, that there are a lot of people that have ideas, not only in terms of how you should be or what you should study, as the example you were given, but my own personal experience would have been when people don't, not everybody's going to understand your vision.
Correct.
And when you make certain choices and certain decisions based on your vision, people don't understand. It doesn't make sense to people. And then you have to deal with also society puts a bit of expectation on you to do certain things in a particular way, in a particular timing, right? So, how does knowing yourself, understanding your vision, how would you advise somebody then the stick to itiveness of your own vision, despite the pushback you may be getting from other avenues?
Wow, this is going to take me down a road, right? So I appreciate the question, Mateela. In 2016, I decided, well, not me, Lord decided that, okay, you have actualized in this area of life, so you need to jump out now, create that organization, which I had already registered, but didn't plan to do anything, and go now and fulfill purpose. But I couldn't say anything. I've been at my job for 7 years. I plan to retire, earning good money, paying my bills, living a good life, paying my tithes, doing a good Christian, what a good Christian does. But then our father, he liked to switch up things. So I didn't say anything to my family for 2 weeks. I resigned and I didn't say anything. And I would be talking to my sisters and I would be like, yeah, and I know you're having good conversation. But I'm saying, when is it time? And God says no, because it was my vision that He had for me. And as much as they love me, as much as I love them, I couldn't say anything. Because and even when they found out, they were concerned, very concerned. Because there comes a time when you have to stand your ground. And, Candace spoke about sometimes people have for you and you keep switching, and, that's a double minded man. And once you have made up in your mind, this is what you're going to do because you understand the life, because you know who you are, you have identified with who you are, then there are no distractors. You're very focused. And that's a good place to have vision because you have to be like this. You have to stay focused on the goals and exactly what it is you set out to do. And it's really and truly helped me a lot because I had to hold on tight, tight, because there were a lot of comments about, foolish decision that I have made, and still comments are ongoing. And, but I am seeing the reward and what it is doing in the life of others. I've seen people who have been stagnant get promoted because of the program, because of what I'm doing to really focus and help them unlock the things in their life. That is my reward. And listen, if that is what it takes, then for me, vision accomplished. I'm seeing my goals being achieved because I have obeyed and I have followed the plan and the purpose that's upon my life. And this is what we need to understand. What is the purpose upon your life? Not what is the purpose upon what other people are saying to you, or what is the purpose. You have to know it. When you get that word, Candace, when I visit by you and your dad or your mom, especially my girl, and I get that word, when you see it resonate in you, you feel that bell going off. For sure, yes, Father, I hear you. That is what happens with the passion and the purpose in your life. You know that you know. This is what I am called to do. It took me a lot of years to recognize vision. But you know what was happening in the meantime? It was a training ground. For me now, God knew that I was ready and packaged to come out and do what I am doing now. So I would say to you young people, sometimes you may be a professional, you may have been qualified, sit under a mentor. get your craft really and truly strong with what you do. We always ready, we become an accountant, we open in our office. Listen, sit down now, mentor, learn and understand the business, get to know what an organization is all about, and learn, and rather don't jump the gun. Paul said to Timothy, wage a good warfare over the word that is upon your life. And we need to understand, don't jump out too quick. Wage the warfare. Wage the warfare. Work the plan. Get experience. Get information from people that are within the industry that you are called to, and you would understand, so that when you come out there, you would be ready, and you would not come out there to destroy others, but you will come out there to help others build. And that's very critical when it comes to vision.
And so, Carol, a question that's popping into my mind. Um, for those persons who are like a blank slate at this point in time, those persons who, they don't really know, they don't have an idea as to what their purpose is. They don't have an idea as to what their calling is. So with all those things, you don't really have a clear vision as to where you're going, what to do, and that kind of thing. And then there are a lot of people in that position who are now at a crossroads, probably having lost a job, or probably being faced with a pay cut, or probably, I know, some new phase they're in because of the happenings of last year. What does somebody like that do to figure out where I am, to figure out um what am I called to do? What is my purpose? Where do I start in beginning to find this whole vision and purpose
Yeah.
And
straight?
so before you answer that question, I just want to piggyback or add to Mateela's question, because I feel like it would be the answer will be appropriate for my question and hers. Also, what about persons who have had a vision? You know your vision. I experience this personal. This is me talking to myself here too. You had a vision, you make it plain, you write it down, everything, the words, and then life happen. Something happen and they get totally thrown off course. Like you had a vision for different things. You had a vision for a book. You had a vision for something with family members. You had a vision relationship wise. You had a vision career wise. You had a vision educational wise. And then life happen and it happens, and you get sidetracked. You get bumped off the road. And you were saying earlier, for you to stay focused. When you know your vision, stay focused and stay on the road and be adamant, be determined. But it's not as easy as it sounds. Life is really throw you some big ones, and you just, yes, your vision is there. Yes, you want to accomplish it, but you don't know how to start again. You don't know how to go again. So I think that question, we kind of piggyback off of Mateela's question. So yes, somebody who has a blank slate, somebody who probably because of 2020 and COVID, things are different. But what about the person also where life just happened, and it doesn't life happening doesn't mean that the vision isn't going to be accomplished. But sometimes your technical, your methods achieving that vision now has to change, and it's
Yeah.
hard. What do you suggest someone does in that situation?
Yes, you guys seem to be talking to my life for this whole afternoon, but that's okay. That's the Holy Spirit. Life happens, and Bill Gates says, he said, life happens, so get used to it. And I don't come across that way, but in having a vision, that's why a plan is important, an action plan, which goals. And even when you have that plan, life will happen. Life will come at you, and it will throw you a curveball. You also have to understand that is why it is so important to not have one stream of income, right? We're supposed to have about five streams. It could be more, but I think it's about five streams of income. So, and those things will come from your talents, it will come from your gifts, it will come from the different things that you're called to. So, those of us who have a blank slate and we are not too sure, Well, here's a good place for me to add CAnneJ Training and Consultancy Limited, 320-5961. You can give us a call and we can do a consultation with you and we will help you lock and find out exactly what you need to do. But I would really and truly advise those people to really truly go through your life in detail. Make a list of all the things that you love doing. Make another list of all the things that you do not like doing, that maybe you are doing, and see how that could really and truly help you to measure and to see where it is that you need to fall and do. And I'll tell you something. The people with the blank slate Candace don't really have it. They think so. But when I speak with them and we begin to have conversation, they say, but and I say, well, there you go. It's that there, but sometimes courage, sometimes we have a fear because of that big dream, because of that gift that may be an overwhelming, and that's good. Because vision is something that must be that you cannot achieve. It is not achieved. Vision is for the future. Vision is something that you have to partner with God with in order for that to be achieved. And that is something you need to understand. Now, for those of us who have been thrown a curveball, we have been going good, and it might be relationships, it might be, different things that have fun in our life. So I had a I had a good client, and end of 2019 contract wasn't renewed, and okay then. So God, what's next? What's happening? I need to live. But in 2019, in September of 2019, God started to send people to do the mentorship program. And one came, and two came, and three, and I was like, okay, what's happening here? But in the backdrop of my business plan, I had mentorship there, but I wasn't focusing. I was focusing on consultancy. I'm just letting you know you must have a plan because life will happen. Don't just have a vision without a plan. And I said, okay, I hear you. So I started to build the program. So in 2020, that is what happened. Program is expanding because of the pandemic and people being stuck and people needing more, seeing the need for mentorship and the gaps that are in their lives. Now, when you identify the gaps that are in your life, you would be able to identify what it is you are called to do. And this is what helps you now to focus now and to see vision. If there are too many spaces, then you cannot do anything. But our program help you to identify gaps. And we have a lot of gaps in our lives, but they need to be filled. It's like a pothole. So it needs to be filled so that it can be bridged. So you could now say, okay, yes, I think this here is what I'm called to do. Here, this is what I need to do. So when life throws this curveball at us, we have to know how to, you will fall back a little. That's okay, cry, grieve, that's all right. I did it. But it helps to strengthen you, it builds your character for sure. But it pushes you to, and it helps you now, and it prepares you now for the next curveball. Because as you go higher, Candace, as you go higher, like advance, you're going to get more curveballs. But it is only for you to grow and it only to strengthen you to the next level ahead.
Yeah, so curveballs kind of refine the vision then.
It refines the vision. Yes.
Yeah.
I guess that's one way to look at it.
Mateela, when you talk to people, talk about curveball, that is how they were successful
Mm.
because of the curveball. And don't from it. Don't try to avoid it. Don't curse it. And don't get angry at it. Consider your curveball your friend because we need it. Because it helps us to push to push forward and to dig deep into what we are called to do.
It's all about perspective, right? How you look at these things. Before we move on, they have two questions from the community based on one or two things you have said before. So one person is asking there, how do you choose a mentor?
Okay, that's some crazy, Charles. Hi, crazy. How do you choose a mentor? Well, choosing a mentor would be based on what you are called to do. Now, for me, now my mentorship program, I'll just give you a backdrop so that you will have a better understanding, Chrissy. My mentorship program is a holistic program. So, and it's a program that people don't have out there because it's a God program. It's his program. He designed it, he created it, he just used me to do the paperwork. And the program is designed for you to identify those things in your life. And when you identify those things in your life, from that point of view, I begin to customize things that will work for you to help you advance to the next level. So, for instance, as an HR consultant, I was an HR, well, before I became an HR consultant, doing HR for all these years, I always sat under a mentor. So you sit under someone who is in the field of what it is that your profession or whatever it is you're called to do. So if you're a worship leader and music is whatever, you sit under mentors. Because I have one of my mentees, he is sitting under a mentor who was the keyboardist for Israel Houghton. So he's getting mentoring in terms of music. So to understand, and he's going through a whole year of mentoring with them. It's a group of them. So you need to know what it is you're called to do and identify people in that field. Now you want sound people, people of good character, people who have a testimony, people who have a success story. And of course, we could tell you, well, no, this fail, I fail here, I fail here. You don't want people perfect. We are imperfect beings. And people to tell you, no, girl, my ride was always smooth, bunch of lies. Yeah. Because, successful people are the ones that go through the hard road. Good. So in choosing a mentor, Kwesi, look for that person that, the field where you aspire to be, and look for the qualities that would really and truly connect with who you are and sit under that person. And you find in every stage of your life, you sit under different mentors. I have done it, and someone who has been mentored. They're very sound, they're very whole, they're very purposeful. All right. So I hope that answers your question now, Chrissy.
We have another one there, and it's from Margaret. Asking, that's top fan Mags, asking what about people who have reached retirement? Now, sometimes people reach retirement and you tend to think like life done, like it's just nothingness are happening from there. But how do people, what do you say to people who have reached retirement and probably still have goals? And I want to guess that there are a lot of people who get to retirement age, retire, and then their minds start to go back to all the things that they thought they wanted to do, all the things they wanted to achieve, but obviously didn't get to because life is life. Um, is there something like too late to pursue a particular avenue of purpose? That's my
Never,
addition to her question.
never. You know what? Life now began for you guys. Emma, no, forget that word. Listen to me, you're now beginning to live. Because you know what? You have an opportunity now to fulfill all those things you didn't get a chance to. Because every day I had to get up and go to work, take the traffic and come back up. But now, plan. Listen, you have a plan. You want to go to school, you can go Bible school. You want to do a law degree, do it. Listen, I want to do a law degree. I am going to do my law degree. Listen to me. Don't let nothing stop you guys. And a lot of people say, well, I live my life. Listen to me. You're on the earth still. There's life in you. So get a plan, Margaret. Get a plan. List your goals. List all the things that you have desired and always wanted to do in your youth. And I know teaching was always your love, but there's more that you want to do and you want to accomplish. So list those goals and identify some of the things that you could focus on right now. Now, we need to be realistic, when you're talking about goals, right? Smart. You have to be specific, you have to measure them and all these things. But listen to me, be realistic. Some people say, I always wanted to sing, but oh good Lord, you never do voice training. We can't put you by the mic. You love music, that is good, but hello, stay away. Stay away. Nothing wrong with you need to do karaoke. I don't know, but be realistic about your goals. Good? Know what you could achieve, know what you're capable of. Good? So you know that you're retired, you know that you want time for yourself, for the Lord and different things. So choose. And I always say, work at 2 goals or 3 goals for the year. See that you can at least achieve 2. If you do 1, bravo. But list them. List all the things you never got a chance to do and start working on it. Don't list them and then you're going through when you're cleaning and say, oh gosh, I remember this program. I ain't do nothing yet now. Good? Work on them. And you know my number, you can give me a call at 320-5961. Yeah? I hope I answered your question, Margaret.
We have another question. Kedra is asking if it's possible to have many short-term visions as compared to, or as opposed to one major long-term one.
Yeah. Kedra, actually the vision is the whole picture. But what you have is short-term and long-term goals, right? So the goals are what you are going to achieve in order for your vision to be fulfilled. For instance, at the workplace, there's a vision statement. And they said that we would be the leading organization when it comes to whatnot and whatnot. But in order for them to fulfill that, there's a mission statement. So your mission statement really are your goals, right? So that's what your mission statement is. The mission statement states how you plan to achieve your vision. So your short term are your goals. And then you have long-term goals. So you have long-term goals. So one of your long-term goals might be, you're looking for a spouse like myself, and but in the meantime, you're building yourself and you're doing different things and you're preparing yourself for that time. So that's a long term because it could happen now, it could happen in 2 years, right? And then there's the short-term goal where you may be doing a course, you might be doing a diploma, it might be from 6 months to a year. So that would be a short-term goal for you. And you have like from 3 years, 5 years, you have your long-term and do a degree or different things. So you have all these different goals at different periods, but they are goals, they are not visions. It's one vision. That's why it's important to list your goal and let all your goals be tied to that vision that you have for your life. Now, to be clear, some people may have you may have goals for your spiritual life, your personal life, your career, family life. So you have all these different goals separated, but they all so your vision must be big. So the statement you make for your life must tie in all those goals. So you need to take time. You can't just rattle off. You need to really sit and think and be intentional about your vision. I hope that answers your question, Kedra.
Auntie, uh, I'm not sure if it's a quote, but like it's something you hear often. People say everyone cannot go where you are going,
Yes.
or something to that effect. So many times we have our vision and we have our goals, and we want to carry everybody with us. We want to take, the whole bandwagon with us. And I think it's important to understand, or you could probably expand on it some more, that as you have your vision, as you have different goals, there is going to be some losing involved. There's going to be some having to release, having to let go. I'm not sure if I'm going to face this properly, but all I can think about really, or trying to explain it, is that vision comes with a cost. It comes with a cost. It comes with a price. And many times we have our vision, but we don't want to pay the price. We don't want to work hard. We don't want to. We don't want to lose out. We want to hold on to everybody. And I think it's important. And I am learning that it's important that that quote or that saying is true. Where it is you are going, you can't carry everyone with you, and those
Mm.
things will hinder you from properly executing your vision to the best of its ability.
Yeah, and that's so true. Because sometimes we had to leave mother, brother, sister, and just go out and do that thing that you have been called to do, and you cannot carry everyone with you. Because and that's why it's important. Vision helps you to identify your inner circle. You have to know who are the people that are in your path. And listen, if you ain't supporting me, you don't understand my language, and you don't know where I going, bye bye. It doesn't make sense. I ain't vex it here. I love you, but it's not gonna work out because of where I have to go. Because you're going to be hampering me. You're going to be in the way. So every time I share an idea, I ain't gonna wait so good at this time. Oh God, look everything dropping. Because when you have vision, you're gonna have to take risks. And as Candace says, you're going to sacrifice. Oh my word, tell me about it. It is a sacrifice. So many things you have to give up, and there's so many things that you lose along the way. But you can tell a story. You can have a testimony of this great vision that you have been called to. But you see, we go along vision like it's a fairy tale. Oh my God, I have a vision. This is what I'm going to do. This business. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, people don't tell us the truth. There's a lot to lose. There's a lot of pain. There's a lot of sacrifice. There are a lot of
You
things
know,
that you have to do without. Uh-huh.
and I just want to add there as well to what you guys are saying. Um, Sometimes vision is painful, yes, and you can't carry everybody, so you lose friends and stuff. But it has been my personal experience that vision is painful inwardly as well, because sometimes you have to lose certain parts of yourself. There are certain, I don't know how to say it properly, but there are some things that are the habits, attitudes, behaviors that are in you that do not align with your vision. And you have to step back, look at your vision, transpose yourself onto the vision and be like, but this ain't really adding up.
Yeah, it
So,
calls for
Mateela,
introspection.
yeah, like Mateela, you had to cut that. Like, I had to change my attitude about a lot. I mean, it's a work in progress still. I wouldn't lie and be like, I reached. But there are things that I know I have to do based on my vision. I have my vision board somewhere on the side there, right? And there are things that I know I have to do, things that I know I have to accomplish. And there are just certain things about me that cannot go there as well. And I have to be mature enough to recognize, Mateela, this needs to stop. This is not matching up
Yeah.
with where we're going. And those things end up being dead weight. And I remember listening to Miles Monroe a while back. He has a session called the Vision of Discipline. And he was saying exactly what you were saying there. Vision determines a lot. Vision determines how you spend your money, where you go, the people you spend time with, the kind of books you read, whether you watch TV or not, what you do with your time. Vision dictates everything for your life. And once you are involved in things and doing things, or you have certain attitudes and behaviors or whatever that does not align with your vision, is dead weight you're carrying around.
Correct. Correct.
And I don't know how, I don't know if you could front load that experience in the sense that instead of reaching there and then realizing this need to go, or this person need to go, or this not working out, is it possible to have like a foresight into um exactly what needs to go before you actually reach where you realize this needs this needs
Yeah.
to go.
And that is,
You know,
we come right back to identifying the gaps in your life. And that's what you're really talking about. And I like the fact that what you recognize looked at your vision board is that mindset had to change, girl. Mateela, you had some self-talk. You see that behavior, you can't go to the boardroom, so girl. Right? You see that way, that, them toes, hey, you gotta fix them toes. You gotta pop it, be being real good. And that is so important because it makes us take a good look at ourselves from the inside out. And a lot of people cannot get promoted. They reach here, they qualify, they have everything, but but you know why? I was telling one of my mentees, I say, I had to change that behavior. I say, see the way you think and talk and behave, you can't go to that next level. So we work on it. So
Bring
we
it
all work.
down.
Yeah. I want you to get 3 people who will tell you the truth about your blind spots. Honest truth. Listen, she WhatsApp me. She said, Auntie, this is one of them. Oh God, I'm in pain. I said, good. That is good pain. That is good. She said, Rich. She said, but it's a new friend. And she see that. I really saw. I say, yes, baby. But that is good because for you to overcome, you have to know. And sometimes we don't like to hear the truth. And I tell a girl, I just love what you talk about there and what you say because people don't do that. You can't be talking and behaving. You can't be out of time, man. When you go level, you can't be talking them, the girl, she and the girl, and no, you have to carry yourself well.
And
You
I mean,
have,
I don't mean, and you're right, and I don't mean to digress, but it goes back
yes,
again to, I think, knowing your vision, being true to it, and being openly honest with yourself. Because nowadays, society has this, I don't know, this position, this mantra, this school of thought. Me, I am who I am. Nobody know how to like me. God alone will
life.
judge me. And all these
Mm-hmm.
different schools of thought that are very, very damaging to progress,
Yes,
right? Because it takes you into that realm where nobody can criticize you constructively or not. Nobody could talk to you, nobody could correct you, and then you have given yourself this excuse that however I am is however I am, and people have to accept me as I am, and that's just not the case.
that is not,
It's just
yeah,
not the case.
yes. And those are the people who are always at the back of the class. And that's where they will stay. Yeah. And I always tell them, I said, please, can I speak to the real Candace? Please step out. And one of the things we have to recognize, and Mateela, that's still on point. There's an original us that's on the inside. But because of life and because of experiences, it causes us to be who we are. Because here we make inner vows and we say, you know what? I will never get hurt again. Never treat me so. And we think and then we form our personality here and thing and when people come at you, you're ready for them, but really and truly you're soft. Really and truly you're loving. Really and truly, this is who you are. We have to know that life happens and forgive and move on, but don't let those things change who you are. And if it has happened, you have to unlearn those things. And it is important to unlearn because listen, you see that thing called emotional intelligence? I did it with the kids. And they said, Auntie, so you mean that I cannot let my emotions control me? I said, no. Emotions are good, but you have to manage it. And a lot of us, we're not ready. You could have all kind of names behind your name, letters. They don't. You're not ready. Do that behavioral change, that mental change, and then you see doors open. You're going to see opportunities like you never thought would happen. But you have to be prepared for that vision. And a lot of big words. We get big prophecy. And sometimes when I hear people prophecy, I'm like, Papa, yo, they have work to do, and I hope they know they have work to do. And that don't mean the next day they say, okay, you have been called to a prophet to the nations. You've been called as a prophetess. And the next day you're on Facebook doing live. No, sweetie. No. You have to be an intercessor. You have to get into the word. You have to sit under your prophet, over your leader. Get your life in order. Live pure. Get rid of your deliverance. Get rid of all the understand, there's the package for you to reach there. And that's why you need to go to the right people to get the information you need so that you can reach where you are destined to reach. Yeah?
Yeah, man. Some real good stuff, boy. um,
Ah,
Sometimes, Auntie, we put a limit to our time frame on our visions. By 30, I am going to be married. By 35, I'm going to have all my children. By 34, I'm going to be the manager of where I am. We put time frames on our visions. What are your thoughts about, because you do vision boards. By the way, guys, Auntie Carol also has a very good vision board program she does. It's really, really
yes.
good. Highly recommended. So we do vision boards, Auntie. I was looking for my vision board. It's somewhere here, but I couldn't find it. We do vision boards, but we don't, well, I don't know, you will see, we don't put a time frame on the vision board. We don't say, well, you're correct, but we don't say married by 2025 or, we put our visions, but how do you, is that we put our plan or our goals set for a time frame, or we don't add times? Like, how does it work? Do
Oh,
we, because God is a God of the impossible, and God is a God that's working on his own timing. But is it that we are supposed
mhm.
to put our time? Like, what is your thoughts on that?
Yeah, good. And our God is a God of order and structure. And time frames are excellent. It's important because remember, the smart goal says that you have to be specific. You say, God, bless me, Lord, bless me, Father. In the name of Jesus, bless me, bless me. And God is saying, okay, how you want me to bless you? You want a vehicle? You want a better job? You want a home? What, you know what I'm saying? So you need to be specific in terms of your goals. So nothing is wrong with that. 2021, you want to be a bride, put it. Put your dress, cut out the nice thing, put it. It may not happen, but that's okay. Leave it, leave it. But do the work. Keep yourself nice. Keep yourself looking good. You know, and prepare yourself. Go in the kitchen and start cooking. Learn to cook some things. Help out around the house. Adapt yourself and have a better attitude to men and different things. You know what I mean? So maybe that is what you need to do. But the time frames, nothing is wrong in that. In fact, that is very important. And it helps me remember that I need to work on this. I need to focus here. Because I have mine up. I have my year, the year passed, a year passed, me in business, it passed, right? It will come. It says to make it plain, but we have to wait for it. Wait for it. It will come to pass. It will come to pass. But put those timelines. Put those timelines because it's achievable and it helps you to understand. And there are some things you would see achieved. Tick, tick, tick. But no, but these are the long-term ones. Those
Right.
things take time. And
Okay.
God could be working on other people to connect with us and different things. Yeah. So those things
Okay.
take time.
Let's talk about vision boards for a bit. And like the way the conversation was going just now, you talk about putting in some work, right? So for me personally, um, since I started doing vision boards, my life has not been the same. Since I
Mm,
started doing vision boards, I have been a very focused, very pointed person. I could identify a time waster, whether it be a person, a thing, an activity from 1,000 miles off, because I have my
wow.
vision board as my reference point, right? So for me, a vision board serves two purposes. One is a reference point, and two, my vision board is my physical, is a function of faith, right? Because um, you have goals, you have plans. For me, it's my faith that God will, bring these things to pass. And I want to make a very important point here, which is something that you just said. Faith without works is dead,
Yes.
right? It's a principle that remains true throughout. Faith without works is dead. So if you put things on your vision board, the vision board is a function of faith, and you could tell me whether that's an accurate um, position to take or not. But if you don't put in the work to achieve those things, without works, faith will bring nothing because faith without works is dead, right? So let's talk a little bit about vision boards, the important significance of vision boards, and just to try and inspire people to try their hand at a vision board.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm doing a session on vision board actually on Saturday coming at 1 p.m. I normally stay on with you for about 2, 3 hours and make sure you get it done or you get it started and we go through it in detail. It's $150, only $150. And I am not just giving you information, I'm giving you the tools and we actually doing it. Good? So vision board is just all your goals, we are putting it in picture form. So you can dream all you want and you get an opportunity to put it on your vision board. Now, our vision board, it tells a story and it tells a real story. It tells a story about your life. It tells a story about where you want to be. And a lot of people, I was telling my sister the other day, I said, you realize that you're beginning to achieve the things on your vision board. And she said, really? I said, yes. You started this and this. And she said, oh my God. She said, it's only when she looks at it, she recognized. Because vision board really encourage you to achieve the things, especially when, Mateela, you see it and you keep looking at you have to work at it. And what happened to vision board? Visualization is important because you're seeing. And when you keep seeing, believing. And what it does, it motivates you to do more. And so, where I have my vision board, I have my vision board in my. So, when I'm praying, when I'm lying down, I'm seeing it, it's there in my face, and it helps me to check on it to see, my God, these are, hey, I already achieved this. Oh my God. There are a lot of things on my vision board that has been achieved. And the thing about vision board, there's also a power of choice. Now, you could choose if you want to work on it. And I always say to people, to my clients, it is a magic board. It is, don't expect to do a vision board and voila. No. A lot of people have testified that their business have taken off. And the reason for that is they have operated the principle of vision. So writing, they are put picture form. And a lot of people, you put your little notes on it and the pictures and whatever. So you're really and truly activating the vision. So that's what you do with the board. You activating it. And if you activate something, what is going to happen? Things are going to happen. So my first year of coming out in the business, I said to the Lord, so what was on my vision board? So I did my first vision board in 2017. The Lord insists that I do it. I'm doing it every year. And then I started doing it at my home church. So I wanted 3 clients. In a few months, about 3 months, I was able to get those 3 clients. And I started to see, it was like, wow, listen, it started because there was such an activation. But you know what I was doing in the meantime? I was doing the work. I was building documents. I was building manuals. I was preparing all these different policies and procedures. So when the clients call, I was ready. So you don't just put up the board. No, good. That is good. But you have to do the work. Do the work. What it is you want to do. This is where you want to take off. I know Candace has these lovely journals, and that's the thing I'm focusing on a lot this year. And I'm going to write a book on the power of journaling because I have all my mentees have to have a journal, and they have to journal, read a chapter every day and journal. One chapter, that's all I want to form a discipline. Journaling is therapy. It deals with so many issues. Listen, when you can't take it, I just be journaling right through, right through. It is so important and so effective. And hence the reason why your vision is so important when you write. We like to keep things in our head. A lot of us have migraine headaches. You know why? Not so much because of the chocolate and all these things. We overthinking. Give the brain a rest. Take the load off. Put it down on paper. Buy some of Candace journals and put it down on paper and get your thoughts there. And when this on, as you begin to journal, the thoughts are going to come. The ideas are going to download. The goals are going to say, and then God will point here and check in. Oh my God, this is what I want to do. Oh, what journal now? What inside of you? And then now, I want you to be able to get all those things out. Right, put it out. Do your goals. Then now, get your Bristol ball. Some people use a cork board. So
And see
things,
why
and as they
you
yes,
you
and as they
interrupt you.
achieve it, they could move and put more things, right? And be creative. Somebody did some with newspaper. I say, oh God, Gail, I love that.
And see,
Don't do
while you were talking, you would have
uh-huh,
observed the Tula and I cameras went.
uh-huh. You freeze a bit.
Unfortunately, she's frozen. But what she was saying is, while you were talking, we disappeared because we went to pull our vision boards as a demonstration, not a demonstration, just for people to see. Unfortunately, my vision clearly I have work to do on my vision board because mine is just
Uh-huh.
words, but I have a whole board.
Okay, nice. Very
Um,
good.
to the top, I have vision for an appointed time.
Nice.
Um, and
But
for
I would like you,
me,
Mateela, I would like you to put
mhm,
your name.
somewhere, I'm gonna have
Put
to
your
do
name,
this over
Mateela.
because I have no pictures,
Okay.
you know.
Yes.
So I have to do this
But
over.
you have your goals, but you have all the goals listed.
Yes,
All right. So
yeah,
all you have to do now is to get your magazine
yeah.
and
Get a
cut out
magazine and pretty
and
it
put
up
your
and thing
stuff
a
in.
little bit. So I need probably like 2 more boards to facilitate that.
Yes, yes,
Right.
yes,
But while we wait on Candace to come back, I think, what you're saying is so true and so profound that I normally have this stuck in my room where I could see it above my desk. So I get off the bed to go to the bathroom. I see it as I pass. And what you see, you can possess. Once it's
yes,
there, is in your mind, is in the forefront of your mind. Every time you pass, it's like, oh, I gotta do this thing. Oh, this thing. Oh, that thing. And the journaling really, really helps as well. So, like, I mean, I'm not trying to just be like, oh, yeah, whatever Auntie say because Auntie say because Auntie said, but um, it's stuff that I experience. So I
yes,
know, you know. And like I see my friend saying she has a notebook, no pictures, that's fine. But for me,
yes,
the bigger it is, the clearer it
yes,
is, the more you could see it. Anytime you see you have to pull something to find it, it's too far.
yes.
It needs
And
to
listen,
be,
make it colorful. Do like it like
yeah.
them children. Make it colorful. Listen, I have my thing yellow. I have purple. Listen, make it colorful. Make it nice. Listen, that is your vision and it's free. That is your vision. And listen, you want a nice home? Get the nicest looking picture in a magazine. You put it up, dream big. We limit ourselves. We limit ourselves. So, and listen, God's sitting and He's saying, yeah, boy, I like that. God loves when we dream big, when we
I was
take all these
listening
risks.
to, and it's sorry, it ties in here because I was listening to a sermon somewhere in the week there. And the man of God was saying, vision is so important, and what you see is so important. He said, because you go back to Genesis when God told Abraham, look, see, as far as your eye could see. So everything that Abraham saw, God gave it to him as a
He
possession.
possessed
So
it.
for me, right,
Yes,
God is a God that has no limits. One of my favorite songs is like, you God big, you God large, right? God is a God of no limits. So if I want a house And God is telling me, see, as far as you could see is what I could give to you. Why put in a little 2-bedroom something? If you want a spread, print your spread, stick your spread. Whatever you see, whatever
Yeah.
your mind could perceive is what you could possess with the help of God. So the vision board, where Candace's boy, the vision board.
And yes, and
I don't know
that's
where
the
she
thing
gone.
about your vision board. It is yours. Do what you want with it. And when you're praying, don't just pray for a home, pray for land and pray for properties. Pray it. Listen, God will bless you, God will give it to you. But I always encourage people. Yes, you put these things, yes, God will give it to you. He's true to his word. But there are things we need to follow. You know, you're working, pay your tithes, pay your offering, you serve. And I always encourage business people to sow. You're running a business, ensure that you let 2 people come on in whatever program you have free, give back to the community. So always keep seed in the ground. Yeah. And God loves that. And that is what paves the way for you to open doors
I
and
think
opportunities.
as well,
Mm-hmm.
I think, I mean, it may not be directly related to vision, but it is related. That to some extent. People need to remember God is a God of principle, right? God operates on principles. You don't just be like, yeah, God, give me. And God give there's principles. If you read the scriptures will tell you God is a covenant God and He's a God of
Yes.
principles, right?
Correct.
God is a covenant. A covenant is a contract, right? I'm not saying God will, there's a lot of promises God has given to everybody for free. Once you're alive and you're living, there are promises in the Bible that you get by virtue of just being alive, by being human,
Yeah.
being born alive. But there are some blessings and some promises in the Word of God that you can only unlock and tap into once you follow established principles, right? And there are some things that you may want and you desire that fall within that category of blessings that can
Yeah.
only be accessed through principle, right? So you spoke about a lot of it's a controversial topic. A lot of people don't like to talk about it. So it's very touchy, but tithes and offerings. And these things are principles that exist to help us to unlock. We have CJ
Yeah.
back, so we could jump back into Hi, Candace.
Hi, sorry about that, guys. My laptop just froze.
Okay.
I wanted to show my vision board, but did you show yours?
Yes, she did.
I did my
Okay.
pitiful vision board. I did.
Oh my God, wonderful. You see what I
I don't
mean?
know if people will see, but it says CAnneJ's vision board, and then it has the vision, the scripture habit Habakkuk, and
Yeah,
then
okay.
it has permanent employment, salary over 15,000.
I love that.
It has sea reformation, expanding to 100 youths. That's the youth group I'm in. I'm the youth leader for my church, so that's the group. It has have a support group for the bereaved. Because my story, a lot of people I know have died, so that's something I want to do.
Okay,
Write a book, it
nice.
hasn't happened yet, but I started off with my journals, and that's a really big achievement for me thus far. So
Excellent.
relentlessly, I have been serving till I bleed. So I think I'm doing a pretty good job at that. Masters in organizational psychology, become
Yay!
the boss at driving. If you're my friend, I do not drive. I have my license, I don't drive, but I want to start to drive. What else? You have
Please.
marriage, health,
Yay!
children, complete healing from endometriosis. That's a diagnosis I have. I want to travel, a little leisure in there as well,
Of course.
and to obey God's voice without hesitation and see my family saved.
I like the
And that
write my worship
it will
manual.
come to pass. What you
Yeah.
said,
I
Auntie?
like the write my worship manual.
Yes.
I like
So
that.
that's my board.
Yes. Oh, excellent. Excellent.
Lovely.
See?
I have work to do. I need to get some pictures.
Yes.
Yeah,
It
pictures just
brings
make
it
it.
it brings it alive. Yes, it
Candace,
Yeah.
this
brings
is
it alive.
mine. Words.
That look like Moses when he went for the commandments. But Matilda, you're not a picture person though. So that kind of suits your personality. That
Sorry?
vision board. That vision
Yeah,
board suits you.
because I'm dull.
Yeah,
I'm
she
boring,
is.
apparently.
Don't worry, she put some nice pictures in there. She put some nice
Yeah.
pictures in there. But listen,
I will. By
be,
the end of
be
the season, I'll
excited.
come back with a revamped vision board. By the end of season.
Very good. And you know what is so good about the vision board? What I do every quarter, I normally check my business plan. And all that is also tied to my vision board. Everything is tied. So you check to see what have you done, what have you accomplished? What are the things you need to work on for this next quarter? What are some of the things you need to achieve by the end of March? What it is you need to achieve? What are some of the goals that you're going to be working on now in order? So, you try and see as best as you can. And even if Candace, you want to write that book, you're journaling. And coming out a journal could be chapters for your book. And even if you just start the introduction, just put it up on the computer, get the name of the book, and listen to me now. You're saying, hey, you feel so good because you start writing that book.
Yeah.
I want to get that worship manual though. And so many things that are inside of us. Listen, we have God put everything that we need inside of us. So that we have no listen, I don't say when I come before God. Other things could burn up. But you see, my call and what he called me to do, that mustn't burn up at all. I had to get a crown. Hello. We had to get some crowns. So let us
You
do the
know,
work. Hmm.
I just want to stick a pin quick. I just reading through the board as I reading here, and I wanted to show this one. I don't know if y'all could see where the tick is. It says, where is the center?
Yes, we see.
Okay, I struggled, right?
Right.
So the tick says radio program / social media platform to share kingdom principles. And this is WTT on my vision board from last year.
So you put a tick. Achieved.
Yeah. So like
Yeah.
this forum that we're on right now was a feature on my vision board from last year that now has
Wow.
a tick on it. So I just
Yes.
thought I should share that with the community.
That's,
See that
that's
happen.
excellent. Yes. And one of my goals on my vision board is I really want to do a radio, be a TV host.
Hmm.
But God has started me off on radio, and He's training me with a lot of things. So like after I'm finished with you guys, I have to go and prepare material for tomorrow morning. So that but this is what He does. He opened the door to build me up for that TV program. And don't worry, when I start to host that program, I'll bring you guys on. I'll bring it. So Candace, get ready. Your journals will be selling, girl. You'll
Yeah,
be
TV, yeah.
bestseller. I'll be on TV. Listen to me. I already said that one of the shows I want to appear on is NBC. I love their program, and I want to be able to appear on that program talking about what I do at CAnneJ training. And don't limit yourself. Don't limit yourself. So we need to really speak the things. And you see, when it goes out into the atmosphere, the angels will take and they will run with it. But we say all these negative things. Who you think taking it? Them demons going to be thing. They like that. So we have to speak life. We have to speak life. And even you see, you can't do, and then you do the board. Oh God, I don't feel like I do this now. Why are you doing that? No, don't you can't build it and then you tear it down. Right? So speak life. And sometimes it look like overwhelming. Vision is supposed to be overwhelming. You're supposed to see it as you can't do it. Good? You have
There's
to
another
partner
thing
with
I heard
God.
in a week. If when you look around your life and you could formulate a plan towards your vision is too small.
It's too small.
So
It
your
is
vision ought to be something where you no way how you bend it, flip it, twist it, you
no
could
way.
figure out how to get to that point. If you could
Exactly.
figure out how to do it on your own, your vision is too small.
Good. Because I remember Nicole is telling me, when they call her to do the program, she had on her list of goals and her vision to have me that when she started back to be on her program. I said, serious? So God put me on her mind, knowing very well that He wanted to start me off so that I could get into the field of being a TV host. And you see, we figure we could just jump into things. There must be training. God's people were trained also. There must be training in order for you to go to that next level. And it is so important. Yeah?
Good stuff, Auntie Carol.
I don't know. I think like this conversation could go on and on and on and on and on. But we don't have that time.
Yes.
We obviously Auntie has things to do. So we don't want to keep her back. I don't know if anybody in the community, the listening community, has any question or any last bit of information they want to ask for. Let me put back up. I suck at doing. Today I really have to say how much I appreciate Chelsey and Chris. They're the ones that normally do the behind the scene things with the. If you notice, the banners and stuff kind of out of sync compared to how they usually. It's because I'm trying to do it right, and I'm not doing a very good job. But Chris and Chelsey, thank you so very much for your services every time we have WTT. Today, for sure, I know how much value you'll add to the show at each session. But I don't know if anybody has anything they want to ask Auntie Carol before we leave. Her information is up there. Her business is CAnneJ Trading and Consultancy Limited. The number is 320. I mean, you all could read. I don't know why I'm reading it right, but 320-5961. She's on Facebook. She's on LinkedIn. She's on Instagram. And Auntie, you mentioned a short while ago that you're going to be doing a vision board session.
Yes,
sometimes.
Saturday at 1 p.m. Yeah, Saturday at 1 p.m. And it is $150. I already have the flyer out. So if you follow me on CAnneJ Training, if you follow me on my page, you will get all the information and you will see the flyer.
Okay, lovely. Yeah. Right. Closing comments, Auntie Carol, Candace?
Yeah. Candace, you want to go first? No, let me go first, Candace.
Okay.
And you could close off. Let me go first and you close off. Yeah. I just really want to encourage, I really hope the information was really beneficial to most of you, in fact, all of you. I really hope that some of you that feel very stuck know that there's no need. Tomorrow is always a new day, and it's also a better day to really and truly start. So don't stay there in that place and in that position where you have been for quite some time. It is never too late. You can always go further than where you are. Thank you, Margaret. You can always go further than where you are. So it is very important for you to have a vision. If you didn't have one, you got the information, you can WhatsApp me, give me a call, we can have a chat about it. And, really and truly, because vision is very important to God. He wants all of us to achieve that purpose for which He placed inside of us. Yeah.
Thanks, Auntie. I also this session motivated me a lot. I actually filled out my vision board from underneath the bed. It was not up. So I'm going to. It's a little dusty, and I'm going to work on putting up my vision and revamping it and putting it on my wall so I can see it every morning. Vision is something, as Mateela says, once you have a vision, your life will change. 2020, I saw this CJG writing journal thing just, and it's been going pretty good. And I started off with that vision board, that little C, just writing it down. And I know I have a lot of things to achieve still, as many persons viewing. You still have a lot of things to achieve still, but it's not impossible. That's the comforting thing about it. You know that it's really an act of faith. And during my little accident, I was talking about Abraham. I mean, the Lord said, everything that you can see, it will be yours. And if you really think about it, we limit ourselves and we limit what we could accomplish. We limit what God, we limit our own God. We tell God, you could only do this. So it really has changed my perspective. And I am actually excited to see how other things come into pass in this year, because that timeline thing, Auntie, I did not do that.
Yes.
I didn't put a limit. I didn't put a time. I just said I want to see this done. I didn't say by 2021, by 2022. So I am going to do my homework. I'm going to
Yes.
put some time frames on it, and I'm going to allow God to do what He needs to do and do my
Amen.
part by planning, etc. Thank you so much for coming
Excellent.
on. Thank you so.
Yes,
This
no problem.
session was above and beyond. You did such an excellent job. I appreciate it. I know Mateela
Thank
appreciated it too.
you.
She's probably going to give you a nice little speech after I finish here, because she likes to give her little speeches. But I really want to say thank you. I really want to say we appreciate it. And clearly, from the comments and the remarks from the community, they too really appreciated it. All right,
You're
Scotty,
welcome.
all yours.
How are you doing
Yes.
with that? Actually, I have spoken enough for the afternoon. I don't have anything much more to add, but to say thank you very, very much for being here. Thank you for sharing. We've learned a lot, and I could see from the comments that people have learned a lot. So your sacrifices, your effort, your labor of love being here, we appreciate it very much. To the community, I know it was a lot in a fairly short space of time. We've put the information there for Auntie Caroline. If you feel like you need further assistance, feel free to contact her on the information that's going to be on the banner as soon as Chelsey puts it there. And I want you all to really, really, I've never begged anybody or asked anybody or reminded anybody to tune into WTT, but this season we really are trying to bring people and bring certain information to your screen, to you, that would help you to advance in this life. I mean, we focused a lot on spiritual things in the season 1 and season 2, spiritual and necessary things, to get us in that right place of understanding ourselves and that kind of thing. But this season, we really want to tie everything together and marry spiritual with practical skills. So we're going to be talking about things like time management. We're going to be talking about things that will help you develop yourself. We have some guests coming in. We have some stories. We have some testimony of people who would have had to respond to curves and people who had to curve, right? So we have a lot of things in store. We're trying to see if we could get somebody to come in and to talk about investment and managing your money and all this. And so we really want to give you all some practical skills that can help us all navigate the times that we are in, to help us do the works that we need to do to make faith and the things we want a reality. So have a great evening. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for being here.
Carol's vision session on Saturday.
Yes,
Yes, at
and the
1
vision
p.m.
session at Saturday at 1 p.m. Go over to her page, get the information, join, participate in the program, and then come back and tell us how awesome it was. So have a good evening. Have a great week ahead. God bless you. God keep you. God prosper
Okay.
you. And see you
Bye-bye.
next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Yes. Bye-bye.